I also put a photo in the submission thing. I couldn't get the video to load, so I'm making a new one and I'll upload this, as you can see. So like I said, I'm Isabel. I chose the Ming Dynasty. They just seem interesting. I really don't know why I chose them. I just kind of chose one and decided to go with it, but I'm very excited and glad that I chose the Ming Dynasty. I learned a lot, and it opened my eyes to a lot of different things. So, I didn't even really know anything about the Ming Dynasty, besides the fact that they were in the dynastic time era of China. I'm not sure if I said that correctly. But I figured, like, just the brief overview, I had looked at the Ming Dynasty. They were very influential, so I was excited to learn more about that. I didn't really have any assumptions about the dynasty because I didn't really know what they were, in all honesty. So I learned about a lot of the voyages of, like, some of the bigger people in the dynasty, and, like, the marine time, and how they would go to, like, different areas. The person whose last name is the H-E, not sure how to pronounce it, and I don't want to butcher it, but, like, he visited Southeast Asia, India, like, the Middle East, and Africa. Like, he showed that China had power and, like, was able to go different places, and then, like, they also, I was gonna say something about the voyages, but relating to, like, their government system, like, they did have a strong government, and, like, some of those civil, like, services, or same ideas can be seen in, like, current China and, like, different dynasties for sure that came after the Ming Dynasty. And, like, it showed that a bureaucracy, I think is the way to say it, and just showed that through, like, in their government system. They also were very big on, like, their cultural standards and, like, their culture in general. They were very much like, these are our traditions, this is what we're doing, like, these are our values kind of thing. And they were also able to, like, expand in, like, their art. Like, they're very artistic, like, for sure, like, with their, like, ceramics, pottery, music, novels, stuff like that. And that was one thing that, like, really caught me off guard, that they had, like, a whole novel and everything. It was, like, this big thing. Like, I was like, oh, I was not expecting that. And then, they were also able to, like, expand trade because they were, like, voyaging and able to get to, like, these places that were nowhere near China, in a sense. So I did realize that China wasn't, like, I learned a lot about China and, like, the Ming Dynasty of China and how they were able to connect everywhere, because, like, in that time, it's kind of difficult to be able to, like, connect to different, like, continents, especially because, like, ocean, obviously, especially, like, longer voyages. And so I did get my eyes open to, like, oh, people in the state, they were very much capable of doing that. I mean, it may have been seen as, like, a bigger thing at the time, but they were still capable of doing it. And, like, they, like, along with their trading, they were able to get to those areas to be able to trade more and to get more resources that they needed or wanted, or things along those lines. And it also, like, my perspective on, like, what they did changed. Like, I've kind of briefly mentioned before, but, like, now I know how significant they were, and I know how they were able to make these pottery and, like, this music and, like, all these artistic things. I'm able to see that they were able to do these, and that those ideas and traditions carried out throughout different dynasties, and some things can even be seen today in current day China. And when it comes to, like, the appreciation for Chinese history, I kind of just mentioned it, but, like, how, like, resilient, I think that's the right word, like, how hardworking, like, they didn't stop, they kept going, and, like, their creativity with their, like, artisticness, and then also, like, just their strength when it comes to their culture, like being able to be like, this is what we're like, this is our ideas, these are our values, like we're gonna stick to this, we're not gonna go to something different. And like I really appreciate seeing a culture like that, because I feel like, especially in like current day America, like we don't have very many like strong cultures, like at least for like me, like I don't really see strong cultures besides like different ethnic backgrounds. So I really do appreciate being able to see a strong culture, even though it was in like the diagnostic China. Like some of those things have still carried out into current day China. So being able to see that, like I really appreciate seeing that, and like just seeing how it affects us now. So like in all, the Ming Dynasty they're strong, innovative. They had a lot of influence around a lot of different things in the world, and they were just very, what's a good word, like brilliant, for lack of better terms. Like they were able to do all these things and made such a long-lasting impact. And that's all I have for you. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'd be more than happy to answer anything. I really hope this works.